Hi.
Hi, Despina, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, perfect. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you. What about you guys?
Yeah, all good. Okay, so I'll go ahead with the interviews. So as mentioned in the email, we'll ask you some questions, and then you can also ask some questions for us as well if you have any. And if there's any external audience, for example, there might be like other UCL students that might join the call. So they will be able to ask you questions too.
That's good.
And the sessions will also be recorded and uploaded online for the voters to view as well.
Great. Yep.
So you said that you have nominated yourself for the head of events for academic. Is that correct?
That's right. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So could you please introduce, including your name, your year of study, and also what you're studying?
Yes. So my name is Despina. I am originally from Greece, but I grew up in Belgium, moved to London when I started my degree at UCL. So I'm studying the bachelor psychology degree at UCL. And yeah, I've been in London 3 years. I love my time at UCL, and I'd like to be part of the society because I think it's great being part of the society, and especially this kind of society where, it's starting from the beginning, and it's a great time to help it develop and include all of the students in the psychology department.
Yeah, it's great, especially since we're at the development stage, so we need a lot of people as well. So I'm glad that you are joining us. Okay, so with the first question, why do you think that you're suitable for this role as the head of academic events?
So I think, well, as you said, it is, very much at the developing stages. Even though I think the society existed a little while before, we don't really have a lot of, what they did or any footpaths to follow. So I think I have the motivation to set something in place. I have some sort of vision that I'd love to bring into life, and I think will be very beneficial to students, and students will enjoy it. So that's something I'd really like to bring to life. I think I have some previous experience which will be very helpful. I've previously been part, of core organizing members for events where, again, we had to invite speakers that we didn't really know. There weren't your peers. Sometimes they didn't even know you. So I think that's, one aspect of the skill set that I already have. And again, one of the main parts of my vision, I guess, would be to put in place a mentorship program where students can connect with PhD students or professors that are currently doing research at UCL and become research assistants with them and help them throughout their research. And I've previously been part of a similar program at UCL again. And I think that gives me sort of the knowledge of how that works and information into how to improve it and adapt it to best suit our cohort and the students in the psychology society. And another thing I'd also really like to do, which I believe I have the skills to do, would be to create this sort of precedent and start setting in place, the information that is needed and creating a plan so that, future generations of the society, basically, because I'm not sure if I'll be at UCL next year, will be able to continue developing and won't have to start from zero in the department of, academic events. We'll be able to go further and develop what's already been started this year.
You have mentioned some really good points, and it is indeed very important for, at least for students to, for us society to help students invest on the academic side. So the next question would be, what are some difficulties that you foresee might happen when you implement your plans, and how do you plan to solve them?
I think it might be hard to come in contact with some people and invite them and sort of persuade them. We are a very sort of new society again at UCL, so there aren't any, precedents. We haven't really built credibility as a society. People don't know us a lot yet. There aren't any connections. So I think starting to build those connections might be hard. I think a very important part in that would be, trying to first contact people, and you have some connections with in order to start building those relationships and then having that to sort of show to new people you want to invite. So for example, you want to create a new event or a series of events that hasn't happened before, maybe inviting someone who you know, even if it's just, you know a little bit, and then being able to show that to other new people that haven't come yet, so that they have an idea of what it is, what it might look like, how well we can organize something. So, they're sort of less scared to join, or they know better what to expect. So I think that's one thing. And another thing would be that at the moment, if I am elected, which I hope I'm elected as, head of academic events, I'd be by myself. So trying to find other people that can help me, because some of those things, can require a lot of work, and being able to find other members of the society that are willing to put in the work and support me in getting some of those ideas and bringing them to life.
Yep, these are indeed very important points that we'd also like to focus on. And just one final question, do you have anything else to share that's not in your manifesto? It can be anything, honestly. Yeah.
I think I've mentioned most of the things in my manifesto. I think I'd like to make it very clear that I'm very excited to be joining a society and being an important member of it. I think it's great being parts of society. It really makes you feel like you belong somewhere. I'd like to help develop that for new students coming into UCL. I mean, we see what other societies do, which are, sort of the departmental societies, and it'd be nice to have that for, psychology students as well. I think it creates a very nice feeling of community and support, and an environment where students can reach out to older students if they have any questions, or seek support, which I think would be great. So making clear that I'm very excited to be part of the society, and also making clear that, I want to include everyone. Obviously, in my manifesto, I've mentioned some ideas, but that's just, what I could come up with, and I'd love to hear what other people have to say. I think those are things that we were best in groups, listening to what other people have to say and getting ideas and incorporating them to the ideas we already have. So yeah, making clear that I want to listen to what others have to say, what others have to suggest, and want to help maybe their ideas come to life too. Why not?
That's indeed it's a very good answer, I'd say. So yeah, these will be all the questions, and thank you for joining the session.